Do you feel that you have a different interpretation and maybe a different feeling towards the superhero world and being a superhero now that you have been? And what's your interpretation now?
Amber Heard had been saying that the last time she did coke was when she was still 18, and after that, she had been sober and clean. However, a clip in TikTok went viral, and people who were able to watch this video are saying that Amber might be lying. Again, since she looks and sounds pretty high. If you want to judge it yourself, make sure to keep watching because I'll be playing the video right now, okay? So the video in question is this.
No, I have my own name. I'm my own person. I have my own name. My name is Mira. And I was like, oh yeah,
It's a clip from Amber's interview for Aquaman, and she doesn't really sound coherent, right? And it's a no-brainer that she was high on something during the interview. I mean, she doesn't usually talk or act like that. Since the clip went viral on TikTok, fans took the initiative and watched the whole interview, and boy oh boy, their claims are being proven to be in fact true. Let's start with this. How much time did she actually spend just trying to pin that ribbon on her chest?
I'm doing very well. Pleasure to speak with you. Thank you for taking the time.
No, I'm happy to.
So let's talk about this character. When you started, researching Mira and then started trying to imagine your own interpretation of the character, what was that process like? Was it really just about researching and, reading as much as you can, or was it about finding a way into it personally and, finding a way to bring yourself to her?
But that's a good question. I think for me, honestly, the most of the battle was in getting, getting familiar enough with the character
Not to mention the way she stutters since she's talking too fast and stumbling with her words.
and I thought I had a vague sense or a vague understanding of what I could expect the representation of my character would be based on the vague understanding of the representation I had seen in women in that particular genre especially.
I think it's also important to point out how she keeps looking from side to side and is obviously having a hard time focusing on the person interviewing her.
You know, when I heard that she was an empowered superhero in her own right, when she was a badass, kick-ass, empowered woman with agency. And then I was even more pleasantly surprised when I read in the comic book that same sensibility echoed in just right out of the gate, right off the bat.
Amber is also blurting out things without so much context, and it's pretty hard to get something from her answers.
Is rescuing this town and says something to someone who mistakenly asks if that was Aquaman, and she stops and she says, no, I have my own name. I'm my own person. I have my own name. My name is Mira. And I was like, oh yeah, that to me was representative of the kind of character I wanted to play.
I bet that interviewer is having a real-time headache. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the only one accusing her of getting interviewed while high. Many fans are saying the same thing. This fan left a comment saying, I cannot believe this is real OMG, it's just too much for me to handle her evil. I don't like it. Another fan added, after seeing that little clip, I'm too scared to watch the whole thing. She looked and sounded off her head. One more fan said, besides being high or drunk, the two things that pop out were her saying, I'm not familiar with, but I'm familiar with, in calling Jason her co-star. This might be nothing serious, but if these claims are to be proven true, she can be held liable for perjury since she made the statements about her not doing any illegal drugs in open court and under oath. How about you? Were you able to sit through the interview, and do you think that claims are true? Let us know in the comments below.